Today we're looking at the 70s. Think bell bottoms, disco beats and peace signs. While people got high on free love, a darker beat was happening in the background. While hippies sang harmonies, monsters walked the streets. The decade we remember as groovy gave birth to some of the worst serial killers ever. Welcome to the world of Bo.
Welcome to the world of Bo. Enter freely, like and subscribe, and leave a little happiness that you break in the company.
We're going to start with the most notorious or infamous of the serial killers, which is Ted Bundy. This psychopath was killing between 1974 and 1978. He was convicted of killing over 30 victims, although the police believe there were many more. He was originally arrested in 1975, but escaped twice and was finally caught in 1978. He was finally sentenced to death by electrocution in 1979, and he was executed 10 years later in 1989. The crowds outside the prison, you could hear them chanting, "Burn, Bundy, burn," and he did. The next one is probably responsible for giving more people nightmares than any other serial killer. We're talking about John Wayne Gacy, the Killer Clown. He was killing from 1972 to 1978. He had over 33 confirmed victims, all young teenage boys. The majority of them were buried under the crawl space of his house and a few in the back garden. He was finally arrested in 1978 and was sentenced to death in 1980. He was executed in 1994 by lethal injection. We're moving across to the UK now, to Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper. Peter was actively killing between 1975 and 1980. He had 13 confirmed victims and 7 attempted murders, people who actually survived. He was a long distance lorry driver, and he used that as a means to target his victims, who were usually prostitutes. He was arrested in 1981 and was sentenced to life imprisonment that same year. He was transferred to Broadmoor, a maximum security hospital, and he died there of natural causes in 2020. Staying with the UK, we move on to Fred West. Fred was actively killing between 1971 and 1987 in the Gloucestershire area. He had 12 confirmed victims, and 3 of them were actually his own children. They were found buried in the cellar and in the garden of the now notorious 25 Cromwell Street, which was later dubbed the Gloucester House of Horrors. He was finally arrested in 1994, but his sentence couldn't be passed as he committed suicide in his cell in 1995. Good riddance. Moving across back to the States, we've got a serial killer duo, Kevin Bianchi and Angela Buono. They were known as the Hillside Stranglers. They were actively killing between 1977 and 1978. As a duo, they had over 10 confirmed victims, with Bianchi killing 2 more solo. They would charm young women, then rape, torture and strangle them, and then dump their naked bodies along the LA hillsides. Bianchi was arrested in January 1979 and Buono was arrested October 1979. They were both sentenced to life in prison without parole. Buono died in prison of a heart attack in 2002, and Bianchi is still alive now, locked up safely in Washington State. Well, I hope you found that interesting, and if there's any killers you'd like us to look into, or if you'd like us to do a deep dive into the ones we've mentioned, just let us know. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Strangely, the dawn is approaching, and for now, I bid you all farewell.